Hello everybody and welcome back to our beautiful channel. My name is the Wolf and thank you all so much for coming to join us today. So just first of all, I would actually like to apologize on the issue of our content here on the channel. So we've had a few issues actually with our computer and also the screens as well. Plus not being massively well over this past few weeks. So I literally just took time away to get my health back up to standard again. So thank you so much for that to everybody who is still with us right here at the time of this recording. We have actually noticed that we have lost some subscribers due to the inactivity for our gaming on the channel. This is a big massive thank you to everybody who has actually stayed with us so far. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you can then be notified when we upload a brand new video. Yet again, my name is The Wolf. And thank you very much for that, for coming to join us and for being here as hopefully as new subscribers and as new viewers to the channel. Now, like I said, in that we've had a few issues in that with a computer, with a tower. We've had to do a big massive reset, so it's taken a bit of time to get all our games actually downloaded back again. So we're having to restart a lot of the games which we've actually recorded before. Of course, not due to loss of literally saved games and other recordings what we've actually done previously. So literally, it's been a bit of a nightmare for a little while. So we've actually gone back onto SimAirport and we are starting off with a brand new airport here. And hopefully we can get this sorted out and get this level. So we are going to be going with some grants straight away. So this is all the government grants here, what we're actually going to be using. So we are going to be going through actually you can go onto the links down right below for our other episodes on what all the tabs and all that is. So we would like to just try and get back up to how it was before. So what we are going to be doing is that we just need to really get started on this and get it sorted and all leveled out as much as possible. So we just need to place in literally like 10 bins, literally away through the airport itself, and then hopefully that will be fine. So we got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're just probably going to like add in just some bins in dotted around like so. We then need to go on to here and we're then going to be getting some janitors. We're actually going to be putting this up to 4 janitors straight away, and then hopefully that will then be perfectly fine. So there's really no point actually getting the extra people in for this, but that's okay. Now what we do need to do, we actually need to get straight onto getting our airport stuff, but we're wanting to do some nighttime areas as well. So what we are going to be doing is we're actually going to be upgrading our runway. We're going to be chucking in our runway lights straight away, and with just like this. So this is what we're going to do. Let's just get this placed in. So there we go. So we've got a runway lights in, and then we're actually going to be then going straight into our runway ILS as well. Just get that sorted out. We just need to make sure that we've got everything all kind of like leveled as much as possible for this reason. For some reason, I don't know what's happening with this. Oh, there we go. Uh, um, yeah. So we're then going to just then place in some runway P what is it? The Paly stuffing just to indicate what's actually going on there. And then we then also need to get a air traffic control center in as well. And this is where we're going to be placing it up here into this little corner here. We're then going to go in and get our fuel because we're wanting to get our fuel area. So we're actually needing to get our fuel depot in straight away, and this is then going to come straight into here. Okay, so this is our fuel depot. We're then going to get a refill station, and our refill station is going to be up into this little area here. Okay, for this we're then going to then go into, first of all, let's actually get our tanks first, because that's really quite important actually to get our tanks in ready to go. Do these need to go downstairs? I do not know. So it's outdoors only. Oh right, yeah. So I got insufficient funds. Yeah. That's always a nightmare, that is, I must admit. So that's fine. That's fine. So we're starting to get all that in place anyway. So that's okay. Now we can then come into here and we now should be able to do our PM runs there. And we're actually going to go with our small. Okay. We're then going to go with Pacific Airlines, and we're then just going to get them straight in. Oh no. Oh bugger. Oh no, I've actually removed that off. I shouldn't have actually done that. I've actually used it and I shouldn't have done it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get a couple of PMs in. Just like that. And we're then just going to then come straight into here, smalling these down straight away because we've got to get 4 in. Okay, so we're then just going to get this sorted out here for the afternoon runs. Just like this. Can we just squeeze that down a bit more? Yeah, we can. So we're just wanting just to make sure that we've got enough time for everything just to be running through as much as physically possible. So this is why in that we're just wanting just to make sure as we're like going along, we've actually given everything as much space between each one and to allow for landing and etc. with this. So do keep in mind as well that this doesn't actually really come into force until the next day. So after doing this won't actually be now operational till technically tomorrow for in-game. So this is just one area, and this is what we're just going to be working out to get our timings as best as possible, and this is what we're going to be doing. We just want to make sure that we've got this done here just like that, and that's what we kind of just going to try and do at this moment. So we've got all that there done, so that's all now been leveled. We should be okay in that when we got this in here. for ATC, which is our air traffic control. And when that's all been then done, we'll be okay. So what we do need to then do is then go in and get our statues. Okay. And the statues are going to be helping with our customer focus to make sure that everything is looking all really nice, and we've got the best possible thing for everybody, just to really make it look really nice, really pretty, and everything else like that. And that's what we're wanting to try and do. So with that, we do need to then go in and get our information boards. So you can actually come over here to the right and pick up the information board area, the information area, and this will then light up everything what we're needing to show for everybody, just to make it a lot nicer for everybody in general. And this is just what we're just needing to kind of like do, to be honest with you, because we do want to make sure that everybody is getting all the information needed for when they do that. For the decoration, we can't really tell until we start getting more people in, but that's okay, that's fine. We can work on that. So we've actually gone with Pacific. Now we do need to try and get maybe like another 2 evening slots in. So we're actually going to come into here, and we're then just going to accept these 2 here as quickly as possible, because we do want to make sure that we've got everything in as much as possible for this. So we can actually just make these just a little bit longer with times. This is just like a very quick basic setup of what we're actually needing to do. Now we do need to get objects in, and actually get some seats in. Our seats are going to be so massively important in this, because we don't want our guests, our airline passengers, to feel like that they're not being looked after. So we need to make sure that we've got plenty of seating. Now in the grant, okay, so we've done that grant there, that's perfect. Now what we're now needing to do, okay, we're now needing to go with our kitchen and cafe area, but we can't really do too much about that. So in our financial beer, okay, when we actually start going into certain things, we should be okay to get that sorted, or we can go into here. Now for our fuel services, what we can do when we've got everything all sorted, right, we can actually get all this leveled out as much as possible. Now I do need to make sure that we've got all this here, but straight up to the full possible amounts, because that is so massively important to start getting money coming in. So what we're then going to do very quickly, we're actually going to come back down to our objects. We're then going to grab some more lovely seats, because yet again that's important. Okay, we're needing to have seats for all of our passengers, because if we don't have seats, then where are they going to sit? So this is what we're going to do here very quickly. It's just to place some seats in, to get this sorted. So we should now have plenty of seats going in on this area. So when we start getting more aircraft coming in for this stand, right, we will be able to have them to have a nice little chill. They can see the notice boards, the information boards. Then they can go and get lined up and then go into the aeroplane and go on their lovely jolly days. So this is what we're actually going to be doing here. Now, the airline is not going to be happy because we are charging so much for the airline usage. That's okay. That's okay, that is, for our first initial time. So as we like going on, we do need to now start thinking, okay, about actually getting our fuel tanks open, getting that sorted. Now we do need to have just over 500,000. I think it's about 501,000, I think it is. Yes, just shy of 502,000 for the fuel tank there, or we can go with this one here at the 42,000. So that's what we're going to do. All right, so we can actually then just pop into here very quickly. Actually, we can just cancel that project there, right, and we can actually place a fuel tank sections here. So we're now going to come down here and we're now going to just get these connected up just like so, and we're then going to come down to here and just get this whipped over as quickly as possible, because that's what we're needing to do. So when we've done this, okay, and everything's all set up and everything's looking really, really good, we will then be able to go and get some extra bits and bats in, making sure that we got everything all sorted. So we're actually going to be putting this up to 6 members of work staff, so handyman in place, ready to go. So we then can go now into our setup here for this section here if we're wanting to, but we're needing to get this sorted now. So for pricing models, we need to make sure, I think we're needing to make sure that we've got everything all actually connected up and ready to go, especially with the piping. So when we've got the piping all set up, we should be able to just just get everything all leveled out. So this is the fuel depot and this is the refill station. I think I've got this in the right. Oh. Yeah, we got those a bit mixed round. We got these a little bit mixed up. So we need to now, oh god, that is so embarrassing. So we needed to make sure that we've actually got this but the opposite way around. Literally, we just need to make sure we've actually got this changed and sorted, so we can actually get it all finished and actually leveled out, because we do just want to make sure when we do actually place everything else in, the pipes in again, that they're actually in the right places. But we do need this one here actually for our trucks to then get sorted. So this actually needs to come down here, to be honest with you, and we're now just needing to wait for this to get dismantled and this one over here dismantled. Then we should be able to then get everything else then leveled out as much as possible then. So we are actually then just going to place this here very quickly. We're actually going to pop into our pipelines here, and we're then just going to just bring that up, just like that, just to really get that actually leveled out. And then our fuel depot, I think this was actually supposed to come into this one here. I think I think I'm not too 100% sure. Literally, yeah, I'm not had to set up a fuel storage actually for some time, to be honest with you. So requires secure area. So which one is? All right, did I actually get that set up right? Oh no, this is crazy. Oh God, this is crazy. I don't know what I'm doing today. Um, so yeah, we just need to make sure that we've I think we actually need to do some research, to be honest with you. Let's have a look here. One-way taxis, maintenance, escalators, construction, finance. Right, so we do actually need to do this here. So we actually need to go into request research operations. So our operations stuff that we're needing to get done straight away, so we can actually get that started. So and then ideally, I wanted to try and get the fuel set up in today's episode, but that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen, unfortunately. So I did actually have this set up right. It's just unfortunately we had a few issues, which is a bit of a shame to say at least. Now we do need to make sure that we can actually get our fuel. So price model chosen, we haven't done that just yet, and at least one hangar with a fuel truck in. So we can now come into here and we can now go and get our, we're just going to get like a small hangar, just like let's just place this down here, and we're just going to place like two hangars in, just like that there. Then let's just have a look here. So we've got one hangar with a fuel truck. So we're needing to now go and get a fuel truck. So let's just get this built as quickly as possible while we're still getting some money coming in, which is quite important. We do need to get that in as quickly as possible. Now the only problem is how do we do this now? Let's just whip back onto here. Where do we get our fuel trucks? I do not know. I actually forgot where we can get our fuel trucks from. I'm actually just wondering where we can actually get our fuel trucks from for this, because oh, here we go. You kind of like changed it since last time, so we've got that there. That's fine, and then onto here, and we can then do a fixed amount. No, actually, let's do that. Then let's add on 50% on top of what the actual price is, and we can then just go set recurring order. Well, yes. straight away, so we can get that done as quickly as possible, so then we can then start charging for fuel. That's only what we're more bothered about at this point of time, is to try and get enough money coming in. So hopefully hopefully, and fingers crossed, we should be okay with that. Now the actual thing here is that our airlines are not liking us at this moment of time, because we kind of like charging a lot of money at this moment. That's really the only way that we can actually get around this, because we're just wanting to make sure that what we've got is actually the best possible thing overall. Now these here will get filled up as quickly as possible, hopefully soon, because it's in a secure area, and we should be able to now go and get everything what we're then needing, actually, for the airport to run as quickly as possible. Now I know that we could be spending quite a lot on that there. That's just the only issue with this at this moment of time, but that's okay, that's fine. So we do need to then come down here and get the operations too, just to really push this forward. So we're actually going to go with finance and the construction, and let's get the technology started on our research. So as for the fuel side of things, when is this actually due in? So we are probably expecting this to come in quite a delivery time, 11 p.m. daily, and we can actually hold 360,000 litres within the airport overall. Now these here, so the operational panels, and for this, for our fuel, this is what this pretty much is anyway. So we can actually do a one-time buy straight away. If we was going to go straight up, we will be, yeah, we'll be having that there, you see, which is not very good, to be honest with you. But we haven't got enough funds for that. Now we can go, if we are needing to, we can actually go for like a 1 million loan, just to really cover everything as quickly as possible. So then we can then go and then deal with everything in general, such as getting in the fuel ordered as a one-time thing. Let's go straight in and let's get the fuel delivered, so then we can then start charging for the fuelage then. So we've spent quite a lot of money there, and I know that we'll be losing money for a little while, especially with the actual cost of everything in general. So we do need to really massively now think of, well, we've got the fueling, we now got our airport running, we've only got one stand, which is this one here, and we've actually really got this now working quite perfectly to when the airplanes come in to land and when they actually depart. So when we then set up our next one, we can actually stagger them through, to make sure that we've got everything all working as best as possible. And this is what we're going to probably now do, is now get a new gate in as quickly as possible. We're actually going to go with a small gate, just like that other one. Okay, a nice beautiful small gate. and then just place that in straight away. We're then going to go down and get a gate agent's desk. We're then going to place that over to there, and we're then going to go and then get a door. So for door, what they've got right now is actually a small door, and we're then needing to attach this to this here, and this is what we're actually wanting to try and now do. It's just to assign that straight away, and that is what we kind of now done. So we now got 2 extra little bits. So we're actually going to get these guys here to now just hire for staffing what we actually need, and they are doing that. So that's really quite important. Now we can then go in and actually now get some more airline bits in now. Okay, so we're actually needing about 3, 6, 9 total aeroplanes in. Okay, and that's what we're going to do as quickly as possible, because that's what we're actually needing to do. So let's just get these put straight in. Okay, and let's just get these in. So this one here, we can actually do a staggered effect just like this, until we've actually got a better runway system in place. At this moment of time, this is really the only thing we can actually do at this moment. So what we're going to do is yet again straight into here, have it staggered, and then bring this in, and this is now going to start maximizing all of our aeroplanes actually coming in and actually going off. For some reason that's just decided to give me 4 for some reason. I didn't want 4, I only needed 3. So yeah, so we're then just going to get this last and these last bits in, so we could actually go with 4. We can try and push to actually have 4 in. So this is what we're going to try and do, but we're just having to just do it in a slow manner right now, just to really make sure that we've actually got every single little thing in and ready to go, actually for our airline to be as successful as possible. So let's just go in now and get these guys in. It doesn't matter if these are just a little bit over at this moment of time, that's fine, because it's like a departure after midnight, which is okay. We try and do this as much as possible, you see, and we just needing to try and make sure that we've got everything literally all leveled up and actually working to the best capability. So what we're going to do here right now, so this is only like a small angle here, we can actually then assign this here. Now we could have actually gone with a medium sized one, potentially, so we're not really bothered with that too much, but that's okay, that's fine. So we now can think about working onto this here. So build a functional kitchen and cafe, and get overall PAX satisfaction to 75. So we can do that, and we've already got the 75 already in place. That's perfect. That's perfect, that is, because I'm happy about that. I really am actually happy about that. So let's try right now and get some of this here knocked down straight away. So it's just literally like at like 80,000 So literally like 800,000 left over. So we're now going to go in for our foundations. Okay. And we're going to build this at a 40 by 24. That's quite a big foundation base. Okay, that's okay. Because we're actually going to be taking out a little bit of a wall to allow people to go in and get the food from the cafe. And that's what we're actually looking at doing. Now, keeping in mind, we've only got technically 6 builders. Okay, so we've got 6 builders here. So let's very quickly put this up to 12 builders. Because we're just wanting to get this sorted as quickly as possible. Now, I know technically taking a loan out at such an early stage was quite crazy to do, especially like at $1 million loan. So we're just wanting to make sure at least we're starting to get things rolling, especially when it comes to our fuelage. Now I'm not too sure precisely how many planes would actually need a refueling at this moment of time. But we've actually got everything there actually ready to go. Now, so we just having to work through that as much as possible. Now we have got 12 builders literally working as hard as possible to get this sorted. And that's actually the scary thing about it. So I know that the 41,000 plus everything else, it's actually going to be very kind of like very particular with everything. So right now we've like, this is our airport valuation here, which is not good. The credit score is not massively good, to say the least. This here is kind of a bit, yeah, it's not massively like connected to a point, but we are trying our best to get everything all kind of like sorted. So this here is actually really quite important right now because we do needing to get the cafe actually set up and ready to go. So right now we're like coming up to 10 o'clock. Okay, so we do have certain things actually going out every hour, but we also do get other things coming in as well. So at this moment of time, we're actually averaging about 12 to 14,000 for every plane, which is quite a lot of money, to like say the least. But I'm hoping when we actually go into our next full day, that the rest of the airplanes will be then coming in and then going off as then needed. Keeping in mind that we are paying a lot of money out every single day, like 48,000 every day right now on a bank loan, which is not very good. But as soon as we got that paid off, our entire side of things is going to be a lot more easier, and that's what we're actually trying to aim for, is to actually find a better service. Now if we can actually get the cafe and the kitchen actually set up, that would be then perfectly fine. So we're just waiting for all these builders to actually get finished building, because we've still got a little bit of building left to do. Okay, as we can see here, that actually with the green, so as soon as all that stops going green, that is pretty much done. All right, we see the buildings coming back through here again with that. So that's perfect. So we now got that done. Now what we can now do is, okay, we can actually now dismantle this little bit of a wall here. Okay, and we can then do a 16 area there and bring this wall down like this. and we can then go in for the doors, and we're actually needing to get a staff door in. Okay, and that's what we've just done there very quickly. Now, what we're then going to do is here, right here, we're actually going to go into a kitchen. We're going to designate a kitchen up straight away, because that's actually quite important. Is to actually get that actually in place, ready to go. And then what we're then going to do then is then we're going to go with then a hot plate. Keeping in mind this kitchen is huge, and it is a big kitchen, this is. So we're needing to make sure that what we've actually got here is going to be actually beneficial for the entire thing in all. So let's just very quickly, let's get this storage in place, ready to go. And then we're then going to go then with a refrigerator. Okay, just like that. And then we're then going to go then with a pizza oven. Okay, so we're then just going to go with some pizza ovens, get those set up. Then we've then got, I think that's pretty much it to what we actually needing for in here at that time. So we can then go in and just get a cafe. So a cafe area, it's just pretty much going to be this. Okay, that's it. That is pretty much it. So we now needing so very quickly, let's just pause this up. We're then going to then go for a hot food counter, just like this, coming down at that, just all the way down on that to one side. We do need a cash register, okay, for people to then pay, and this is then going to come along this top end here. Now we are really massively planning this to a point when we actually stand the entire airport, we can actually accommodate a lot of the customers actually coming in. So this here, this is a hot food counter. We're now going to have a chilled food counter, and then this is then going to, let's just get a chilled food counter area here, just like that, and then we can then just place some tables in. So our tables are going to be like that. Grab a chair, and then this is what we're going to kind of like do now. So one like that, round, one there, and one there, and there, and there, and then there. So this is going to be our first initial part of the cafe being actually set up, ready to go. So let's now just very quickly get this set up, and we now should be okay to actually get this running as easily as physically possible, and that's what we're going to try and actually do. So just to let you know as well that I don't really know how long this episode is actually going to be. That is just one of those things. I don't know how long this is actually going to be for. So yeah, we're just having to try and wait as literally as much as possible for this. So we just need to make sure that we've got our cafe table in, and also our little area. So you have stable food stock, meals cannot be prepared. Deliveries happen at midnight and by default. That's perfectly fine. I'm happy with that. So I think I might actually just need now maybe just one or two extra things. So literally this is what we're going to just train up that we can get sorted out quickly. Unfortunately, our security might not be able to keep up with everything at this moment of time, so we might actually have to extend our attire section there, and that's what we're kind of bit concerned with as being our next movement forward, is actually to try and get this security working just a little bit more better. So what we're actually going to do is here is we're actually going to now very quickly, it's just to extend this zone security just a little bit more, so we can actually try and get people going through security a lot quicker, because the satisfaction of our visitors is so massively important for this airport to actually make enough money to actually get everything sorted, and that is what we're actually going to try and do. So we're still waiting for a few more bits and that to come in, but that's fine. That's fine. We just have to just open pray that we can actually at least get this done as much as physically possible. So we are actually going to go in and get in our security section marked up, okay, just like this, because that's yet again quite important. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to just whip this around, get that placed in, big scanner, okay, and just try and get this placed into there as well. And hopefully now we can actually start bringing in more other passengers actually through the full security system, to just allow this to actually work as much as possible. So we are actually going to be just leaving this right here now to run just for the next few moments, in the hope that we can get this to work as best as possible. So literally we're just having to now try and just wait for a little bit. Bit too close there. So we've actually got this scene now working nicely with soft drinks and coffees, just to get this sorted, which is really nice. I quite like that. Let's just have a look at our loans, because we're wanting to make sure that we've got a loan paid off. This is the only issue at this moment of time. Let me see, because the daily interest what we pay at the end of each day is like 40 odd thousand, and we don't want to be paying that kind of money every single time. Now looking at our ticketing system here, we needing to start now looking at our tickets system entirely at this moment of time. So we're actually just going to get that there put in as quickly as possible, so then we can actually try and deal with that. But we also need to make sure that we've actually got our queues in, because then they're not gathering up like that on each location. So we are trying our best at this moment of time to try and get this sorted. And this is just one of those things, you see. We really never really know how many people is actually going to be coming through, and stuff like that, and if our security and our ticketing system can manage with everything, and this is what we're just trying to make sure we have actually got the best possible outcome on everything in general. So we've got one aeroplane straight in, another one straight in. First one's then going to go off. We've just paid 22,000 on refueling, which is great. And then we've then got like other things as well. So one plane's off, next one's off. Then we're then going to start getting in just a nice general roll through now with everything, and that's what we're actually trying to do with this, just to really make sure that we've got everything as possible for that basis. And of course we're actually trying to work down literally all of our loan repayments literally as much as possible, so we're needing that down so then we can then start making more money. So this is what we're just going to try and get sorted as much as possible. So what's this here? So base scanner requires repair that cannot be completed. Build a valid maintenance zone to right, so we're needing a maintenance zone. Okay, that's fine. We can do that somewhere. I know what we just took it in this little bit here. And we're needing like, oh right, okay. So we needing like a 5x5 area. That was like a 3x3 area, which is not very good to like say at least. So right now we just needing to try and get things actually looking as literally as decent as we can possibly do it at this moment of time. That's only what we just needing to try and do. So we just trying to get this working onto like a next episode where we'll be able to expand the airport actually a little bit more, hopefully. But of course, in that we just needing to make sure that everything's all done. So this at this moment of time, because of course I don't know how long I've actually been recording, because I've only got one screen, and we still have like the usual two. So we're actually going to be leaving it there anyway for this episode, everyone. So thank you so much for that, for coming to join us on our lovely episode of the SimAirport. We hope that you have a beautiful day, evening, morning, or wherever you are around the world. Thank you so much. Do take care, and please look after yourselves. So this is actually for Wolf, and once more. And as always, from myself to you, is a ciao ciao for now, and I'll see you all later. And bye everybody.